Hi, hello and welcome to Rathod's IAS and welcome back to Geography series. So in this Indian Geography series, we completed chapter 1 and now from this video onwards, we are going to see this chapter 2 and this chapter 2 it is going to be lengthy because we need to see 5 physiographic divisions of India and this topic is very important from prelims and as well as from mains. So here we are going to discuss the second chapter, that is Physiographic Divisions of India. So here the chapter itself, it is talking about physiography. So first we need to understand what is the meaning of physiography. So what does this physiography means? So this physiography which deals with the study of surface features and as well as landforms. So here the study of surface features and as well as landforms. Study of surface features and landforms is called as physiography. So what are the factors which mainly affecting this physiography? So there are 3 important factors. So first one is tectonic history, next one is stratigraphy and third one is physiography. So here tectonic history, stratigraphy and physiography, so those are very important. Mainly on basis of this tectonic history, stratigraphy and physiography, so India which is mainly divided into 5 physiographic divisions. So on what basis we have 5 physiographic divisions? So first one, it is based on tectonic history, next one is stratigraphy and third one is physiography. So based on these 3 important things, yes, we have 5 physiographic divisions in our country. So what are those 5 important physiographic divisions? So first one is we have peninsular region, that is elevated peninsular region, and next one is we have mighty Himalayas, and third one is Indo-Gangetic plains, and fourth one is deserts, and fifth one is coastal plains and islands. So which are those 5 physiographic divisions? So first one is peninsula, second one is Himalayas, and next one here is, that is elevated peninsula. It is nothing but you can talk about plateau region here, and next one is Indo-Gangetic plains, fourth one is deserts, and fifth one is coastal plains and islands. So here we have to see each and every division in great detail from both mains and prelims point of view. So in this video, we are going to see about the Himalayan region. So in this Himalayan region, we are focusing on, so first of all, we need to know what is the geographical significance of this Himalayas. And we have to know some brief introduction regarding this Himalayas. So after this introduction, we are going to see the theories which mainly talks about formation of this Himalayas. And not only that theories, we are going to see longitudinal division and latitudinal division of Himalayas. And one more important thing here is you have to see different passes. So after seeing the passes, you have to see what is the importance of Himalayas. So I will be writing what are the things that you have to refer regarding this Himalayas. So first you have to see introduction regarding Himalayas, and you have to see different theories. So in these theories, we are going to discuss 2 important theories, and next one here is you have to see different physiological divisions of this Himalayas, okay, and in that different divisions you have to see Trans Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas, Shivaliks or Outer Himalayas, and you have to see the division of Himalayas on that is vertical. So that means nothing but the latitudinal based. Okay, latitudinal base means we will be seeing from vertical side, that is from north to south. So in this latitudinal, so here you have to see Trans Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas and Outer Himalayas. And second type of division that you have to see is vertical division. So vertical division or west to east division. So in that vertical division or east to west or west to east division, you will be seeing different types of Himalayas like Punjab Himalayas or Kashmir Himalayas, Common Himalayas, Nepal Himalayas, Assam Himalayas and Purvanchal Himalayas. So after this, you have to see different passes in different Himalayas, like so passes which are present in Trans Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas and Outer Himalayas. So that part is very important from your prelims, and there is a need of map work also in that passes. And apart from that, you have to see what is the importance, strategic importance of Himalayas. So all this will be very important, and all this we are going to see in two parts. So in this first part, we are going to see introduction, and we are going to see theories, and we are going to see latitudinal division of Himalayas. So in the next part, we are going to see vertical division or west to east division of Himalayas, passes and importance of Himalayas. So these topics that we are going to discuss in the next part. So please watch from starting till end. So don't skip the video, so that you will be not missing anything. So if you skip the middle, so here if you are skipping means, yes, of course you will be missing some important facts. And if you are talking about introduction regarding this Himalayas, so Himalayas, where they are located? Yes, you will be knowing that they are located to the north of our country. Okay, they are present in the north. So actually, if you are talking about Himalayas, so 4 lithotectonic mountain ranges are seen. So in this Himalayas, so we have 4 lithotectonic mountain ranges. So which are those 4 lithotectonic mountain ranges in Himalayas? So first one is Trans Himalayas. So Trans Himalayas is also called as Tethys Himalayas, and we have Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas, Shivaliks or Outer Himalayas. So these are 4 lithotectonic mountain ranges which are present in our Himalayas. And if you are talking about this Himalayas, Indian Himalayas, they extend from eastern boundary of Pakistan to the border of Myanmar. So from this Pakistan till Myanmar, we can see this Indian Himalayas are located. And if you see the approximate length of this Himalayas, it is about 2500 kilometers. And width will be 500 kilometers in west towards 320 kilometers in east. So this is one more thing. And I want to share one important fact here is Himalayan front fault. So if you are reading 11th class NCERT, you will be not coming across this word, that is Himalayan front fault. So what is this Himalayan front fault? So actually here we have Himalayas, and below this here we have plains, Indo-Gangetic plains. So between this Indo-Gangetic plains and Himalayas, we have Himalayan front fault. So here you will be getting a question like, so which of the following is dividing Himalayas from Indo-Gangetic plain? That is nothing but Himalayan front fault. So Himalayan front fault which mainly divides Himalayas from this Indo-Gangetic plains. Okay, so this is about a brief introduction regarding Himalayas. And now let us move on to the core topic, that is origin of Himalayas. So how this Himalayas had been originated. So here if you are talking about origin of Himalayas, to understand this concept, it is the most complex. Why? Because if you see the rock system which is present in this area, so the rocks from this pre-Cambrian period to Eocene period, they are present. So rocks from the different periods like pre-Cambrian to Eocene period, rocks are seen, and most of the rock system, it is sedimentary and metamorphic in nature. So this pre-Cambrian rocks are metamorphic, and rocks which are formed in this tertiary period, they are normally sedimentary in nature. And this Himalayas, they also subjected to intense folding and as well as faulting. So this Himalayas which already subjected to intense folding and faulting. So here you have to know about theories of this Himalayas. So theories regarding origin of Himalayas. So if we're talking about the main theories which talks about origin of Himalayas, we have mainly two theories. So first one is geosynclinal theory of origin. Next one is plate tectonic origin. So there are two theories. First one is geosynclinal origin and next one is plate tectonic origin. So here you can get a question like, so write a note on the theories which explain the origin of Himalayas. So it will be like a 10 marker question or 15 marker question in your mains. So there you have to write two theories, that's it, that is geosynclinal theory. Next one is plate tectonics theory. So now let us try to see this geosynclinal theory. So if we are talking about this geosynclinal theory, so which mainly proposed, or if you are talking about the supporters of this theory, they were, first one is Argand, second one is Kober, and third one is Swiss. So these were the three important geologists. They supported this geosynclinal theory of origin of Himalayas. So I want to tell in a simple language, and wherever it is necessary I came up with the diagrams. So these are rough diagrams. If you want to come up with a better version, yes, always welcome, you can come up with your own diagrams. So if you don't know how to create the diagrams, at least follow these diagrams. And actually if you want to improve your mains answer writing, yes, you have to focus on the flow charts. Because in geography if you want to write everything means, yes, the time will not be sufficient and even you can cross the word limit. So there we will suggest you to use the flow charts, and I came up with this explaining of theory with this flow chart so that it will be helpful to understand how to make the flow charts. So the idea behind this flow chart is, at least I want to make you to understand how to come up with the flow charts. So now let us come back to this theory, that is geosynclinal theory of origin. So we are talking about this geosynclinal theory. So during this about 200 million years ago, so 200 million years ago, so we had a supercontinent. That means all continent or the all land mass that is present together. So this supercontinent is called as Pangaea, and super ocean, that is the water which is present together, is called as Panthalassa. So what happened earlier 200 million years ago? So this Pangaea, that is supercontinent, which started dividing into two parts. Yes, it divided into two parts. First one is Angara land in the northern part and Gondwana land in the south. So it is also called as northern continent. Second one is called as southern continent. So between these two land masses, that is Angara land and as well as Gondwana land, so Tethys Sea, which mainly form the sea which is present between these two, is called as Tethys Sea. And what happened? So whatever the rivers are present in this Angara land, they started flowing into this Tethys Sea, and whatever the rivers which are present in this Gondwana land, they started moving towards this Tethys Sea. So whenever rivers are moving or flowing, so they will be bringing some sediments. So those sediments, they had been deposited in this Tethys Sea. So eroded material from this both Angara land and as well as Gondwana land, so those eroded material deposited in this Tethys Sea. So what happened, whenever the huge amounts of these deposits, they had been deposited, so that led to the sinking nature of the seabed. So after some million years of time, during this Cretaceous period, the bed of this sea which started rising. So the bed of this sea which started rising, and finally the folding happened. So because of this folding, three successive ranges of Himalayas which formed. So this is about this geosynclinal origin of Himalayas. So actually three successive ranges of this Himalayas, they were formed, correct? So in the first upheaval, so that led to the formation of this greater Himalayas. So during which period greater Himalayas formed? That is during this Eocene period. And later on the second upheaval which mainly happened. So in the second upheaval here, south towards this greater Himalayas, now lesser Himalayas they formed. And during which period lesser Himalayas formed? That is during Miocene period. And later on third upheaval happened. So south to this lesser Himalayas, the Shivaliks or outer Himalayas they formed, and they formed during this Pliocene period. So in the Eocene period, greater Himalayas formed. During Miocene period, lesser Himalayas formed. During Pliocene period, Shivaliks or outer Himalayas they formed. So these three successive ranges which mainly formed with these three upheavals, that is first upheaval, second upheaval and third upheaval. So this is about this theory, that is geosynclinal theory. And now let us see the next one, that is a plate tectonics theory. So what this plate tectonics theory says? So it is also very important. So as you all know that our earth, which is made up of different plates. For example, we have major plates, we have minor plates. So plates means nothing but lithosphere. So what is this lithosphere? Lithosphere, it is a combination of earth crust plus upper layer of mantle. So that mainly forms this lithosphere. And this lithosphere is divided into different types of plates like major plates and minor plates. So actually these plates which will be floating on this liquid magma. So because of this they have the tendency to move. So here according to this plate tectonics theory or plate tectonics origin of Himalayas, 70 to 65 million years ago, so there was extensive geosyncline, and this geosyncline, it is nothing but Tethys Sea. So geosyncline is nothing but Tethys Sea, which was present in the place of Himalayas before 70 to 65 million years ago. So during this 65 to 30 million years ago, yes, to the northward we have Eurasian plate and we have Indo-Australian plate. So Indian plate which started moving towards northwards. Correct? So whenever the moving of Indo-Australian plate towards northward happened, that led to the subducting of Indian plate under Eurasian plate. So to understand this, you have to know one concept. For example, let us take this is the one plate and this is the second plate. So this is the first plate and this is the second plate. So whenever the plates, whenever they are moving towards each other, so whenever they are moving each other, so they will be coming very much closer and they will be hitting. So whenever they are hitting, which plate is heavier in nature? So that heavier plate will be subducting, that means it will be going below the second plate. So in the same manner, if you compare this Eurasian plate and as well as Indo-Australian plate, so Indo-Australian plate is very much heavier. So because of this Indo-Australian plate which went subducting under this Eurasian plate. So because of this, whenever two plates are coming together, okay, this is Eurasian plate, this is Indian plate. So here we have Tethys Sea, and here in this Tethys Sea, here if you see in the Tethys Sea, we have the lot of sediments. So these sediments have been raised and that led to formation of Himalayas. So because of this compression, whenever the two plates are moving towards each other, or whenever this Indo-Australian plate which is mainly moving towards Eurasian plate, so whatever the sediments which are present in this Tethys Sea, they were squeezed and they folded into three parallel ranges of Himalayas. So after this Indo-Australian plate which mainly moved and which hit this Eurasian plate, that led to formation of Himalayas. I can see Himalayas which are shown here in this manner. So now let us see the first phase of upliftment. So in the first phase of upliftment, only this part, okay, only this northwestern part of India which mainly hit this Eurasian plate. So because of this, in the first upheaval, Trans-Himalayas formed. So in the first phase, Trans-Himalayas formed. So because of this, we can see the formation of Ladakh range, Jaskar range, etc. towards northwestern part. And what happened after once this part, which mainly hit towards this Asia. So in this Tethys again the sedimentation process which mainly continued. And next this part which had been hit this Eurasia like this, and later on that led to the formation of Greater Himalayas. And in the third upheaval that led to formation of Lesser Himalayas, and finally Sivaliks or Outer Himalayas they formed. So here you can see the first phase of upliftment that led to the formation of Trans-Himalayas, and second phase Greater Himalayas formed, and later on Lesser Himalayas and Sivaliks. So here two important keywords that you have to remember is, between this Greater Himalayas and Lesser Himalayas, it mainly divided by main central thrust, that is MCT, main central thrust, which mainly present between Greater Himalayas and Lesser Himalayas. And between Lesser Himalayas and Sivaliks or Outer Himalayas, we have MBT, that is main boundary thrust. Okay, so these are the two keywords that you have to see, and this might be your prelims question. So these are the about theories regarding origin of Himalayas. So and if you draw the diagrams and if you use this flowchart, it is more than enough. And next question or next important topic we need to discuss, it is about physiographic divisions. Actually, if you are writing mains of your state public service examinations, if it is a written examination, you can get a question regarding this. Write a note on physiographic divisions of Himalayas. So from that area, so this topic is very important. And if you see this physiographic divisions of Himalayas, so Himalayas, they are mainly divided into 4 types. So how many types? 4 types. So this type of division of Himalayas is also called as latitudinal division or north to south divisions of Himalayas. So physiographic divisions of Himalayas is also called as latitudinal division or north to south divisions of Himalayas. So here Greater Himalayan range, it can be divided into 4 parts from north to south. So what are they? First one is Trans-Himalayas, second one is Greater Himalayas or Inner Himalayas. So these are other names, so don't confuse with this. And even it mainly called as Himadri. So Greater Himalayas or Inner Himalayas or Himadri. And next one is Lesser Himalayas. So Lesser Himalayas or Middle Himalayas or Himachal. And next one is Sivaliks or Outer Himalayas. So Trans-Himalayas. Next one is Greater Himalayas or Inner or Himadri. Next one is Lesser Himalayas or Middle Himalayas or Himachal. And last and the final one is Sivaliks or Outer Himalayas. So now let us try to see some important facts regarding all these physical divisions. So we are talking about this Trans-Himalayas. It is the northernmost part. So this is the scene at the northernmost part. And actually some important ranges like Karakoram range, Ladakh range, Jaskar range and Kailash range, they are seen in this northernmost part of our Himalayas. And one more thing is Mount K2 or Godwin Austen. It is the second highest peak in the world, which is mainly seen in this Karakoram range. And even one more thing here is, as I said, Ladakh range is there, Jaskar range is there. So between these two, river Shyok which mainly flows. So this is a very important prelims fact. And if you see, one important range in this Jaskar is Nanga Parvat. So Nanga Parvat is one of the important mountain range which mainly present in this Jaskar. And next one is Greater Himalayas. Greater Himalayas or Inner Himalayas or Himadri. So this is Trans Himalayas. Below this Trans Himalayas we have this Greater Himalayas. And average height of this Greater Himalayas is 6,100 kilometers above the sea level. And width is 120 to 190 kilometers width. And it is one of the most continuous range. So it is very important. So which of the following is the most continuous range? That is Greater Himalayas. And even if you see Mount Everest, which is located in this Greater Himalayas, and almost most greatest peak of mountain ranges of the world, they are present in this Greater Himalayas. And this Greater Himalayas is also very important because number of perennial rivers or number of Himalayan rivers, they originated from this Greater Himalayas. For example, you can talk about river Ganga, river Yamuna, etc. And we can also see the important mountain passes like Nathula Pass, Jojila Pass, Shipkila Pass in this Greater Himalayas. And next, let us see Lesser Himalayas. Lesser Himalayas, they are also called as Himachal Himalayas and Middle Himalayas. And not only that, another name here is they are also called as Dhauladhar Range. So Dhauladhar Range, it is nothing but Lesser Himalayas. So here we have Trans Himalayas, Greater Himalayas. Below that we have this Lesser Himalayas. So width here is less compared to that of Greater Himalayas. It is just 50 kilometers. And altitude of this Himalayas is 1000 to 4500 meters. And it is very much famous for the hill stations. For example, you can see Kashmir Valley, Kulu Valley, Kangra Valley, etc. And next one is Shivalik Mountain Range. So here we have Trans Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas, and finally we have this Shivalik Mountain Range or Outer Himalayas. So because of this, we can say it is the southernmost. It is the southernmost range of the Himalayas. And the average width of this Shivalik here is 10 to 50 kilometers. And altitude is less, that is just 900 to 1100 kilometers. And this Shivalik range are very much famous for these dunes and as well as duars. So you have to know about difference between these dunes and duars, that I will be discussing in the next lecture. So dunes and duars, they are longitudinal valleys. And this dunes and duars, they are mainly present between Lesser Himalayas and Shivaliks. Some important duns like Dehradun, Kotli Dun, etc. So now let us have a look over the map, and you can draw this type of maps by using the color pencils in your examination if time permits. So this part, this red color lines part, it is our Trans Himalayas. We have Karakoram range, Ladakh range, Jaskar range and the Kailas which is present here. And you have to see from north to south and you have to remember them. Because earlier there was one question which mainly appeared in UPSC regarding this. And below this Trans Himalayas, we have most continuous range that is called as Greater Himalayas. And below that you can see the discontinuous range, that is Lesser Himalayas. And down we can see the southernmost here is Shivaliks or Outer Himalayas. So this is about this topic. In the next lecture we are going to discuss about west to east division of Himalayas and as well as important mountain passes. So difference between duns and duars and as well as importance of Himalayas. So these are the topics now we are going to discuss in the next part of this Himalayas. So until then, keep watching. So if you want to get the PDF of this class, so you can get the PDF in the Telegram channel, and the Telegram channel link is given in description box. If you really like the video, hit the like button and share this video to your friends who are in need. And we are going to complete this series within 1 month. So please stay tuned and watch each and every video. so that you will be not missing any facts. So by this I am concluding, and don't forget to subscribe to Rathod's IAS Academy. Thank you so much.